Yeah, good day sanibonani njani. My name is Mpumelelo Kamshango Shabalala cha kodwa ngalamavuso amavuso amhlophe ofisela kuba kuyena. So yeah, do remember to like, subscribe, comments down. Also follow me on YouTube as Umfana Kamshengu, also on TikTok as Umfana Kamshengu, and also on our Instagram as Umfana Kamshengu, and on Facebook I'm known as Mpumelelo Mshengu. So yeah, guys, on today's episode I just want to speak specifically to all matric who just finished getting their results. So these are last year's matric Sabang 2023, and you are currently looking for space to study at university. But specifically, this one is for those who did not achieve their goals on the matric exams, and they either want to do matric again or they either want to upgrade their subjects. So I'm just trying to create awareness on things to do right now, and maybe things to avoid and decisions to avoid very early right now. So the first setup, I'm just going to speak about schools that you should not upgrade in currently if you are looking to improve your matric results. These schools are normally upgrading schools which are set up in university spaces. So you'd find that in certain universities around the countries, like UKZN, DUT, MUT, Unizulu, they all have these private companies that work within the institutions and use their infrastructure for upgrading schools. So Tulugutu Umuntu goes into these university as an upgrading student, and they tend to think ukuthi they now university students can they are upgrading, and bafika late in the days because amaklasi abo usually aqala around 4 5, depending on ama-lecture ukuthi asethaphwe kanjani and the agreements they have with the university leyo nkampani. So the reason why this is not a best solution when it comes to you upgrading ukuthi you upgrade in university setup is because of the interactions you're gonna have nama student asevasithi. It's gonna be different. Some expectations they're gonna be different because one, when ubuka your subjects you have done, you in an environment yabantu who are doing completely new courses, living their lives in a different way. They've already achieved ukuthi bebe sevasithi. So uma you mix another bantu lab, it's kind of a win-win situation. But overall, when I look at people I know who upgraded, I look at people I know who they wanted to improve their marks and they studied in these university setups. It's more of they didn't improve or upgrade their marks, rather they degraded their marks to be the worst after that certain year. But then, yeah, isizathu salokho it's because when you're upgrading, usuke vele une-challenge when it comes to that subject. So that means you need more attention. And another thing when it comes to these upgrading schools, which are based in universities, they tend to take a lot of students uthole ukuthi mhlampe nenze i-maths, i-pure maths, you're upgrading i-pure maths namaklasini or 2 3 times a week. And in that lecture hall, nizoba about 200. Nizoba about 250, 300. So you can just see ukuthi if you have a question out of these 200 students, you're not going to be easily answered back. So as a result, you're not getting much attention that you need because already usukulapho ngoba i-maths isuke ikushayile. So these are just some of the things I want you guys to look at. And also, if you are doing things like physics 99, you'd find that those classes have a lot of students being unable hundreds, 200, and it's gonna be difficult to go to totally attention that will need you to improve your matric results. When it comes to upgrading in these schools or universities, I always say it's always up to the students to see how much do they really want to achieve those marks and maybe get into university the following year. So my first advice I'd always say go back esikoleni, depending also on the pockets ukuthi kuhamba kanjani, because of various reasons I have seen and witnessed working for upgrading schools, also working and also being a student at an upgrading school, and also being a university student and getting to see ukuthi labantu bawuphathisa kanjani and the actions of our students who are in these setups. So another thing engifuna ukukhuluma ngayo are the results at the end of the year. Most of these schools or upgrading schools in university setups, they do not produce great results when it comes to maybe ukuthi from ama-student athola u-70 the previous year, mangakanani azothola u-80 For those who got to 20 something percent, how much have improved to 30%? The numbers are not always great when it comes to the outputs because of the lack of attention they give to these students. So uma ufuna upgrade in these setups, it's gonna be a risky kuwena. And also most of them are more profit driven. It's more of a business. Sometimes uthisha niyamshintsha kawu-6 ngonyaka yabo. So it becomes a waste. Okunye, when it comes to afternoon classes, it's not easy ukuthi uvuke ekuseni and attend and not attend ekuseni like the normal routine you are used to. You're gonna sit the whole day and only start summer class ngo-4 ntambama. You've done a lot of things. So also mental wise, learn to loyo iyabashaya abanye because they need to adapt. And you're gonna need to adapt mase uya kwi-environment which is not great when it comes to educating a student isingakho matric, because in university the whole setup and the students get exposed to it's a setup ukuthi uyayimela. Ama-lecture, they just go in, say what they want to say, and then they leave. Ukuthi uyafunda wenzani akekho okulandelayo. But if you're gonna be upgrading, you're gonna need low attention because you're not necessarily the student. You still need to be pampered in some certain way. So ukuthi uyo-upgrade in a school that has 400 students, 300 students in one class, it's gonna be a downfall for you. And also another thing, it comes to AMA fees. This one has always tormented me because back when I was working in UKZN for one of the schools, I'd find that my parents uthole ukuthi bazofuna isikhala basuka somewhere kohluhluwe utravelishe nengane yakhe, usefikile evasisi ingane yakhe inamaphoyinti amancane. And then there's these upgrading schools abafuna ukuthatha student esifuna ukungena kwi-upgrading school. Sometimes you can tell umuntu ukuthi lo uphuma kwisikole esikanjena, lona uphuma kwi-environment ekanjena, and uma ubuka i-results lakhe lapha liyasho or befunda kwesikole i-address naye quantile yasibuka isikole ukuthi okay bengakhokhi ama-fees lo muntu lo. Usefuna ukuzongena la evasithi to an upgrading school, ufuna ukukhiphisa umzali. Uma umbuka nomzali uyakwazi ukubona umzali sometimes ukuthi yabona nje lo mzali uyibhadanisele bafethu ukuthi efike lana and try put ingane yakhe evasithi and just to support ingane yakhe. Mayisifika lapha ingane yakhe isifuna ukungena ngenkani evasithi, even though the results are not great and they're not equivalent to the requirements adingakalayo, usezofuna ukungena i-upgrading school. Now the downside of the upgrading school ukuthi kunama-fees, akuna NSFAS. So these parents sometimes uyambuka umzali ukuthi ngeke lo mzali, there's no way lo mzali ezokhipha u-20,000 30,000 in a way or 15,000 for lawo ma-fees lawa. Lo mfana lona or le ngane idlala ngalo mzali wayo, and at some points I ended up having to like ngize ngidiscipline umfana ehamba noma wakhe because of that, ukuthi hayibo wena phela ubufunda la ukwazi ukuthi yabo ufakele uma wakhe i-pressure. Wena buyela esikoleni uhambe ugqoke i-uniform, ulungisele ama-results, uyobuya ungifice la evasithi in 2 years time. So these are just some of the challenges ukuthi when it comes to ama-fees, you're gonna have to pay. If uphuma kumndeni ongekho grand in a way, you'd have to understand ukuthi this is also a downside. You're putting pressure from your family, and also you're putting pressure from your family ngoku-upgrade. Yabo, kungcono ufake i-pressure ngokuthi usuye evasithi to do a certain course, then it's much more understandable. But now you want to upgrade, you want to spend more money. Ube kade ufunda esikoleni ungakhiphi imali. Just go back to your school. Makhandeni. But then yeah, another thing, it's also when it comes to renting. If you're gonna move from certain towns, uzuza eThekwini, you're gonna have to obviously rent uphile lapho, and it's gonna cost you a lot of money. You're gonna have to travel from town to maybe UKZN, from town to DUT, uzodinga labo 10 rand gibel tax yabo. It's also costly when it comes to those things, so you need to look at those things when it comes to upgrading school. Nanokuthi uphumaphi, do you need to go and rent a new place? So mostly if uzosuka from another city uzo upgrade in Durban and so on, these are just some of the things you need to look at, and just be fair to umzali wakho because ekugcineni wena ongaphasanga kahle umatric. So yeah, this is just what I want to share with you guys when it comes to the whole setup of universities and upgrading khona ukuthi this is one of the worst decision you can take. Angisho ukuthini nokuthi ngithini mhlawumbe amabhizinisi abantu, but then I just want you students to maybe introspect, uyibuke le nto ukuthi is it worth it ukuthi ngithathe le risk, ngithathe imali eningi yasekhaya just to go and upgrade edrobheni, whereas ngiyazi i-situation ekhaya bayapatanisa just because ngifuna status nanokuthi ngifuna ungahlali ekhaya. So just food for thought. Anyways, good luck to those who are still looking for spaces. Good luck to those who are going to university. Nisebenzile. If you are upgrading, ngihlezi ngithi mina ngi-motivation. Mina bafethu ngine-maths lit. Ukuthi kanjani, kwenzenjani ningangibuzi, but then ngiyayazi le ndlela. So do what you want to do. Danko.